Coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. We back, baby. We back. It's a Sunday night exclusive. Yes, sir. It's official. Like a referee with a whistle. Back, baby. Yes, sir. Like the video. Share the video. You know, I wanted to come on, see what's going down. Yep. You got questions? I got answers. You know? So whatever's on your mind, I'd like to hear about it. What's really going on in your town, in your city? What's your life like? What's your life like? You know, it's Sunday. A lot of people looking at football, you know. So I know a lot of people looking at football. The football game just went off. Another one about to come on in about 30 minutes. I know he's looking at football. I know what's going down out here. You football fans, you know, I know what it is. Cowboys lost. Yeah, I saw the ending of the Cowboys game a couple minutes ago. Yep, they couldn't get that couldn't convert that 2-point conversion. You know, hey, you can't win them all. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Yeah. Well, I'm not into football as much as I used to be. I just don't have time to watch it. To be honest, you know. Don't have time to watch it as much as I used to. I'm not motivated to watch it as much as I used to either. So, football is one of those things where if I see it, I see it. If not, whatever. You know. I got other things to do with my time. Too many bad games. Yeah, it's not a lot of the games are not competitive as they used to be. That's what I would say. A lot of blowouts. A lot of high scoring games and blowouts this year so far. You know. Yes, just not my cup of tea. I got bigger fish to fry, as they say. You know. Anybody lives in LA, Los Angeles, anybody that lives in LA, I'm going to be in LA this week. So if anybody's from Los Angeles that follows me that's from Los Angeles or live in LA, let me know. I'll be in LA this week. I'll be in LA Thursday. As a matter of fact, Thursday afternoon, I'll be in Los Scandalous. I'll be in Los Scandalous. West side is the best side. Yep. So if you live in LA, get at me, man. I'll be in LA. It's been a long time since I've been in California. You know, we'll see what's the vibe like in LA. Mississippi in the house. Yeah. Yep. California. What up, Walter Payton? New York City. Yeah. It's gonna be a long time before I go back to New York City. Yeah. Well, I have no reason to go to New York at this point. Really. Maryland. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I don't know anybody that live in Maryland at this point. No, nobody. No, nobody live in Maryland. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll be in LA Thursday until Monday. You know. So hey, we'll see what happens out there, man. I want to see what the vibe like in LA. It's been a long time. And I heard LA's changed a lot since the 90s. Since I've been there. So you know, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been on the West Coast since the 90s, basically. You know, I think I said, basically since the 90s. I haven't been on the West Coast since then. You know, New York is a lot of money. I don't blame you. Yeah. Alabama in the house. Yeah. One thing I like about California, it's a different vibe out there. That's one thing I like. One thing I like about it. It's kind of like, it's not so, I'm not going to say they're not aggressive there, but they're not aggressive like being on the East Coast, I would say. It's a different type of vibe. And anybody that's left the East Coast and went to California, they can attest to this. It's kind of hard to explain because on the East Coast, people can be super aggressive. Not saying they can't be aggressive in LA, but it's they go about things in a very passive aggressive way at times. A little flamboyant, little, it's a different vibe in the air too. That's another thing. The weather's different. The women are different. The people different. What up, Logan? Florida in the house. Different vibe, man. That's one thing about living in America. If you don't like where you live, you can drive 2 to 4 hours away and be in a completely different environment. There's no other place. I'm going to say most places that I've been to, most countries are not like that. You can't leave one city, one state, drive 2 hours, 4 hours away, and it's a completely different world. No. Completely different laws. No. Most places are not like that. But here in America, if you don't like where you live, you can just get in your car, drive 4 hours away, completely different world. That's why they call it the Matrix. That's one reason why they call it the Matrix anyway. Really. a lot of stuff that happens here, really any of these countries, really, but mainly here because this is where I live, and this is probably where you live too, unless you live elsewhere. A lot of stuff that happens here, man, you can't really get caught up in a lot of this stuff. You have to detach from the environment. You can be of the environment, but you don't have to be in the environment, if you know what I mean. You have to detach yourself emotionally from what's going on at your job, in your neighborhood, you know. And the reason why I say that is because your emotions is going to pull you, and you're going to be going back and forth like a pinball machine, like a ball in a pinball machine, you know. Because see, most people are on autopilot out here. They're not really, they don't question anything. And you have to begin to question everything. Question your beliefs. Question why things are the way it is in your city, your job, your neighborhood, your family. Don't assume just because everybody else is doing it that it's good for you. You know, see, there's a lot of these cliche statements that people put out all the time. Everything is everything. God is great all the time. It doesn't mean anything. Everything is not everything. I mean, it's silly statements, cliche statements that people be just throwing around all the time. But it doesn't mean anything. Well, what are you talking about? Everything is everything. For who? Not for me. Everything ain't everything. It's organized chaos out here, man. And people walking around talking about how blessed they are. Give me a break. Are you kidding me? You know, you have to basically strip down all your beliefs. Especially if they're not serving you or benefiting you. And if they were benefiting you, you wouldn't have a whole lot of problems. You wouldn't have issues. So that's going to tell you, look at your fruits of your labor. You would be in a position where you want to be if you didn't have these issues. There's something that happened along the way that put you in the position that you're in today. Whether you like it or love it or hate it. If you don't like your results, the good news is you can change it. Change your beliefs, form new habits. Wow. Magic start to happen. Things start to change slowly but surely. A year or two goes by, 5 years go by. You got all these you got a new attitude. You're feeding your mind these new ideas. You're listening to, I don't know, audio programs in your car. You're listening, you're looking at, I don't know, some documentary on television, on Netflix. You're listening to audiobooks. I mean, you're listening to people like me online. You're reading books that have you inspired to do more, become more. And that's going to change who you are at the core. If you consistently keep feeding your mind what you see, what you hear, and you build a new belief, and that's going to push you to places where you probably never thought about. And you might not even believe it. You'd be like, yo, I never thought I'd be doing something like this. This is kind of crazy. But at the same time, it's kind of cool. Things start to happen. You start to become more attractive to certain women. And it happens so fast, so natural. It's no push. There's no, it's just a natural progressive thing that happens. And it happens when you least expect it to happen. That's the thing. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. But the decision is on you, whether you want to talk to her or not. Yes, no. If not, go about your business. If so, cool. She's there for the taking. That's how it happens, man. Then you begin you start to meet people with income opportunities. People that they got something, they have talent. Maybe you can collaborate with this person. Y'all can do something together. People start to show up where in places where it's like you can't even understand how it happened, but you know it's happening because it's your reality. But if you don't change your mind, you don't, create a new face, so to speak, nothing is going to change. No one is coming to save you. I don't care who the president is. I don't care who the mayor is in your town, the governor of your state. Nothing is going to change. If you're waiting on these people to change around you, whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, your parents, if you're waiting on them to change, good luck with that. You're going to be waiting for a long time, buddy. Because, see, when people say stuff like, I need to become a better person, I don't know what that means when they say that. First question I always ask is, do you know how hard it is to change? I don't tell people they should change. I tell them you need to become a better version of who you already are. I don't tell people, hey, you need to do a 360, a 180. Get a new wardrobe, get plastic surgery, and all this other nonsense. I don't. That could take forever. You know how hard it is for most people to go to the gym consistently? You know how hard it is for people to maintain any diet consistently. You know, people have the focus of a rat in this society. Do you know how undisciplined the average man and woman is in this society? Most people are all over the place. Yeah. Most people are always looking for something new, something fresh. Everything has to be new except for them. So they get new cars, new clothes every so often. Uh, maybe a new house, new apartment, new shoes, new hair, new makeup, new friends. It's always the next new thing, except for them. Everything else has to be new around them, but they're raggedy and stinking. And they can't figure out why everything they touch, it seems to fall apart. It just doesn't work out right. It's like, it doesn't matter what they try to do, something, it just doesn't go right. And you can't even explain why it happens the way it does. You might say, oh, they got bad luck. Could be. But something's going on. You can't even explain some of the stuff that happens with some people. Everything they touch is kind of like, it just falls apart. But on the other hand, everything this other person touched, it blossoms, blows up. It blows up, boy. Tenfold. And if you get out of the matrix, this is what happens. Things start to just take off. I mean, you start to become more and do more. You start to become an optimist and not listen to the doom and gloom, kind of like looking at television. If you look at that television, man, it seems like the world's going to end tomorrow. You might not make it to December. I was just watching a video where O'Shea Duke Jackson was speaking on a similar subject. Yeah, man, it's like, well, like the video, share the video. Yeah, you can't really, look, here's the deal. You've been set up to fail in life. You've been programmed to fail. See, I understand this. See, a lot of people, they assume that they've been set up to win. They give everybody the benefit of the doubt that they meet. They give them an A. As soon as they meet them first day, they give them an A+. And it's up to them whether they stay at that A+ or not. When I meet somebody, I don't know them from a can of paint. I don't assume anything. I don't give you no benefit of the doubt because I don't have a reason to. I mean, come on, I don't know anything about it. I don't know where you're from. I don't even know if you're telling the truth half the time. So nobody gets the benefit of the doubt. So when I meet you, you get an F. And you got to work your way up. I don't assume anything until proven otherwise. People kind of like, they think that everything is fair play. They think that when they go to the job, or the interviewer is gonna, you know, it's fair game out here. It's like equal opportunity. All these cliche statements that they throw out here. The HR people use it. The interviewer at the job use it. It's everywhere. Everything is. There's this the illusion or the perception that it's fair game out here. It's fair. People talk this crap. It's fair game on the street corner. It's fair game. It's fair game at the job. It's fair game in the church. It's fair game. You name it. But it ain't so. It's not true. There's no such thing as fair game. There's no such thing as fair play. Whatever you want, you got to go after yours. By almost any means necessary. Because I look at it like this. What you give off is what you get back. If you're not playing by the rules, why should I? That's how I look at it. If you're playing dirty, why should I play fair? I just don't understand this. If you're throwing stones, I'm supposed to just let you beat me up. I shouldn't. I shouldn't defend myself. This just makes no sense to me. There's a lot of people that think like this. If somebody attacks you, you're supposed to throw your hands up and say, stop, 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 stop. But don't defend yourself. If somebody's talking crazy, you're supposed to just stand there and take it. People think like this. People will say, hey, I understand. I heard what they said, but you didn't have to say it like that. Okay, well, how am I supposed to say it? What do you recommend? And then they'll say, well, I don't know how you should have said it, but you shouldn't have said it like that. It's people that think like this. They think everything is PC. Correct. In the real world, there's no such thing as PC. That only exists in corporate environments. PC. That only exists in the office, corporate environments, corporate institutions, corporate entities, I should say. There's people out there that think like this. They think like, everything above the surface is real life. And everything that's below the surface doesn't exist. That don't count if it's underground. I mean, the brainwashing and the propaganda is so strong. It literally creates cowards. I'm 29, and I remember one of my mentors was telling me when I was 14 that by 30, most people are set in their ways. I now see that habits take tremendous desire and work to break. Yeah, if you change your habits, you change your life. Yeah, most people by 30, they pretty much locked in. I agree with that, Logan. By 30, hook, line, and sinker, baby. You can forget about it. Whatever they're doing at 30, 35 tops, whatever they're doing, they're going to be doing that for the rest of their life until they die. They're not going to, because they're going to be so distracted and so overwhelmed that trying to do anything else different is going to be so difficult. Because what usually happens is the older we get, we tend to take on more responsibilities and we tend to need more money. But the problem is the rate of pay on most of these jobs are not going up. And it hasn't went up in a long time. And it's the rate of pay is actually going down in most of these jobs. And most of these jobs are going away. So the older we get, there's like a gap. The rate of pay is still about the same. We're getting older. We're taking on more responsibilities, more financial responsibilities. And it's like a gap. It's like we're going in separate directions. So now we're overwhelmed. And it's like, and you're distracted all at the same time. So it's like, it's like a vicious cycle, man. So when you initially meet someone, do you take their word for what they have done or haven't done for face value? When I meet somebody initially, I take what they say with a grain of salt. I don't know what they done or didn't do, or I don't know anything. I just take what they say with a grain of salt until proven otherwise. Because I really don't know this person. I don't know what they're capable of. I don't know what happened before I met them. I really don't know. They could be telling the truth. I don't know. They could be lying. I really don't know. Sometimes I do know if somebody's lying because I'm an empath. But sometimes I'm not even plugged in. I really don't care if they're lying or not. To be honest, I don't really care if they're lying or telling the truth. Because I'm not really engaged with this person. I don't really want to get to know this person. So they're just flapping their jaws, as far as I'm concerned. By hook or crook, go and get yours. PC is weaponized in those environments as well. Yep. Yeah, because in the corporate environments, people are just as vicious and cutthroat than somebody that's on the street corner. Really. The only difference is in the corporate environment, most people don't see it coming. Because most people in the corporate environment, they're not street savvy. They lack critical thinking skills. Most of these people that I've met, and I've met a lot of people in the corporate environment, most of these people they're not street savvy, and they don't have good critical thinking skills. They don't have good common sense, like some people would say. They're just used to being trained to do a job, and they do what they told, basically. Your statement about fair play is 100%. Of course it is. It's 100%. There's no fair game out here. There's no fair play out here. Most people think like this. I got to win by any means necessary. Steal, cheat, kill, whatever. Intimidate, threats, it don't matter. As long as they get what they want, they'll let that slide. How they go to get it, it doesn't really matter. As long as they get it, most people are like that. They won't come out and say that. But I would challenge you, if you had to ask, I don't say 100 people, if you interviewed 100 people, I would probably say, I'm gonna say over 50% would say, hey, if you ask them, hey, does getting what you want by do you have a if you ask them, hey, if you could get what you want in such a way where it's like, by any means necessary, would it really bother you, as long as you know you can you know come up with some shortcuts, or maybe maybe you had to sacrifice somebody, like sacrificial lamb or whatever. But as long as you got what you want out of the deal, could you move on, knowing that you've done some cutthroat, cutthroat action along the way? Would it really bother you? Does the end justify the means? And I'm gonna say at least over 50% of people would say, they probably would say, yeah, you know, the end justifies the means. I'm saying most people would agree with that statement. Oh, I'd say over 50%. If I had to guess, out of 100 people, the ends does justify the means. As long as they get what they want, even if they had to sacrifice some people, sell them out, stab them in the back, cut them out the deal, whatever. Most people would find a way to move on if they could get away with it without the other person or the other people knowing that they had something to do with their downfall of not getting a deal, not getting promoted on the job, etc. You'd be surprised. And these people are people that you know personally, by the way. I ain't talking about no strangers. I'm talking about people that you know. They would sacrifice you if they could get away with it. You know why? Because that's in them. That's how they are. That's who they are. That's in. Some people say it can't be on you. It got to be in you. That's in them. That's a part of their makeup. That's it. Really. So you got to realize that anybody, almost anybody, can flip and go left at any given time. If you look at the movie Matrix, I don't care how many times you look at it, you're going to keep, if you look at the Matrix 5, 10, 20, 50 times, every time you look at it, you're going to see something new. And it was there the first time you looked at it. But what happens is your mind wasn't ready for it the last time you watched it. That's why you see and learn something new every time you watch The Matrix. And in The Matrix, Agent Smith is a representation of how people can flip at any given time. Anybody can go left at any given time. Anybody. Could be your parents, could be your sister, your brother, your wife, your kids. Anybody could flip at any given time if they're put in the right situation, right environment, right around the right people. Anybody can flip on you. You got to realize this. And this ain't about how you feel. Don't get into that, all your feelings and everything. Oh, man, nah, she would never do that to me, man. She loved me, man. That's my girl, man. I don't want to hear that crap. Come on, man. We need to get past that. How we feel. How you feel ain't got nothing to do with what happens in society. Has very little to do. How you feel has very little to do with what happens in society. Nobody cares how you feel. You have to know this. You have to understand this. And you have to accept this. Nobody cares how you feel. Nobody cares how you feel when you go to work and when you work your job. Just do your 8 hours and get out of there. So when it comes to dealing with or initially meeting women, how would you know that there's a true connection if you're not really into the first conversation with them? Well, the first initial conversation is doesn't really mean anything. The talk is just what it is, L. Anthony. Talk is just talk is cheap. Talk don't mean nothing. Let me tell you when you're gonna find out if you have a true connection with a woman. When you hit it, that's when you're gonna find out if you got a true connection. When you knock her back out, that's the only way you're gonna find out if you have a true connection with a woman. I hate to break it to you, but that's the only way. When you knock her back out, that's real. You can talk until the cows come home. You can tell her how you grew up, how she grew up, with the college she went to, the job she worked, her upbringing, all that. That doesn't mean anything. That's a good start, but that doesn't hold a lot of weight. That doesn't mean she's going to be around you for a long time and get to know you, and you're going to have this good sex, and that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean she's going to be your girlfriend or your wife because y'all have so much in common when you first meet. No, I've met a lot of people that I have things in common with, and I don't talk to them to this day. Shit. I met people we from the same town. We went to the same college together. We like the same women. We like to make money. We like the same cars. We like doing some of the same activities. We don't talk no more. But that doesn't mean anything. When you hit it, that's when you know if there's a possibility of a true connection. Until that happens, all that talking, that don't mean a thing. That's like words going in one ear and coming out the other. That's all that is. And you as the man, you're going to have to, when you talk to a woman, you're going to have to move her with her emotions to get to that point of knocking her back out. If you want to. Maybe you don't want to. Some of these women, they got so much stuff with them, it's not even worth the hassle sometimes. It's really on you as the man. And unfortunately, you as the man, you got to take on more responsibility. because there's no fair play out here. Because if things go left, you're going to take all the blame. In most cases, the women, they get a slap on the wrist. You go to jail. Your reputation is ruined. Your background ruined. You got an assault, rape charge, whatever. You know the deal. You heard it all. I ain't got to explain it. So you as a man in this society, in most cases, you got to take on more responsibility. You got to watch who you hang around. You got to watch who you get close to. The laws are biased. You know, the propaganda machine is off the hook. If you, even if you didn't do something wrong, people around you, they have doubts. They won't even give you the benefit of the doubt. They listen to what the woman says, regardless. They'll take her word over yours. And you haven't said anything. But they take her word over yours without hearing both sides of the story. Man, that's how it is in this society, man. That's why they call it the Matrix. And everybody's a part of it. Everybody's a part of it. All the attorneys, everybody's a part of it. The cops, everybody's, everybody. As far as the justice system, everyone's a part of it. Everyone gets a turn. Hollywood, even Netflix is starting to get involved in it. Everyone's a part of it. Everyone's getting a piece of the pie. If there's opportunity to exploit some individual, they'll make a film about it, documentary about it, pay women couple $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, come on there, slander him, make him look like he's some perverted rapist, because they've been ran through. Now they mad. They don't want to take no responsibility for anything, even though they had kids for the guy. You might know who I'm talking about. Don't want to take no responsibility for being with the guy for years. Got kids with the guy. But he's so bad. So he's the big bad man now. Are you kidding me? and then you say, oh, okay, he raped me. You kept going. You went back 5, 6, 7 times. How many times you gonna go back? But everybody, they buy into it. They buy into this because there's profit. So that's the game, man. That's the game that's being played out here today. So hit the like button. If you got questions, I got answers. But call up Call in 800-315-8203. Yep. Oops. I think I might have lost my connection. I think I'm going to sign off. I got some problems. So, hey, if you like this video, like, share, give me a thumbs up. Any questions, any concerns, go check out my Patreon. Go check out my book, Love Can't Wait. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.